Hi, I'm Natasha, and I'm going to talk about a few unconventional tools that can help you heal and become more aware of yourself and the people around you. I'm going to talk about Sun and the sign of Capricorn in my experience because I am a Sun in Capricorn sign. It's ruled by the planet Saturn, which is really slow. It's the planet of karma and hardships and lessons that are learned the hard way, not the fast and quick, easy way. It's like a parental figure that's very strict and disciplined and kind of forces you to do something even though you don't want to do it because it's for your own good. Or when you look back, you'll be like, I'm glad that I was forced to go through that situation because it made me stronger. And so I value and appreciate the experience even though it was tough. So that is the Capricorn type energy. Another like example of Capricorn energy is like a lot of pressure. So when you feel really stressed and pressured from like outside worldly events that kind of force you into a spot where you feel like financially stressed or emotionally stressed, and there's this kind of pressure, almost like a pot of boiling water with the lid on it, and the lid is starting to kind of shake and rattle because the boiling water is too much and the steam needs to get released and let out. That can be an example of this kind of Capricorn pressure that propels that energy to push forward and persevere through tough events and becomes resilient. It's not the only sign that does this though. And the sun sign being here, sun represents Leo. Actually, it's where you shine the most. It's kind of more of like your deep inner soul and how it works. So it's kind of like Capricorn is just very hardworking, diligent, and tends to be really serious, stable, knows how to organize, almost like a overseer of a business or supply chain manager, knows how to see different big aspects and categorize them, and knows how to organize them from top to bottom and how to get things done. So it's like almost like a worker or workaholic kind of energy because they know it takes a lot of diligent work every single day in order to succeed. Capricorns also tend to be extremely serious as children. They tend to lighten up or ease up as they grow older. When I was really young, I was so serious. Like no one had to tell me what I needed to get done, how to do it. Like my parents never had to kind of force me to do my schoolwork or anything. I stressed about that all by myself. I knew how to get organized, do my homework, create my own time management, organize my schedule to where like I knew what quizzes and tests and projects were laid out in my planner and my calendar, and what I needed to get done today or get the small things done first and then work on the bigger projects later. My parents had it so easy in that part. Capricorns also tend to be extremely serious as children. They tend to lighten up or ease up as they grow older. When I was really young, I was so serious. Like no one had to tell me what I needed to get done, how to do it. Like my parents never had to kind of force me to do my schoolwork or anything. I stressed about that all by myself. I knew how to get organized, do my homework, create my own time management, organize my schedule to where like I knew what quizzes and tests and projects were laid out in my planner and my calendar, and what I needed to get done today or get the small things done first and then work on the bigger projects later. My parents had it so easy in that part or that respect. Even as a child, I was more like almost a parent to my parents. Like I kind of directed them sometimes, and I would help kind of like tell them how to drive. Not really how to drive, but um, like in the back then, kids, we didn't have to be in a car seat when we're, I don't know what the age limit was, but like 4 or 5 years old, you didn't have to be in a car seat anymore. You didn't have to be in the back seat. You could sit in the front seat. And I always helped look, for them, like, oh, it's clear, looking out, the side of the rear view mirror, like you're good to go. Or I told my parents directions, like how to get from place A to place B. I was always like a little manager, going to the gym consistently over many, many years, every single day, pushing yourself through either a little bit heavier weights, a little bit more reps, running a little bit harder than what is comfortable. That's kind of an example of what like a Capricorn has to go through in life. It's tough. They just keep going because they know they have to do it. There's a benefit for it in the long-term results. It's not about quick, short results. It's like investments, long-term future, doing things the right way, not the easy way. And then they kind of climb up that mountain. That's why they're the goat. What else about Capricorn? Diligent, responsible, kind of boring sometimes. That doesn't mean if you're a Capricorn Sun that you're a boring person. I can be super fun and goofy and silly because I have an Aries moon. I'm a Libra rising, so I like to be sweet or mimic other people. But Capricorns can be super serious. They have built up walls usually, so they're not always the most vulnerable or expressive because they tend to have developed a hard shell. Very responsible, kind of like durable, can withstand a lot of hardship because it doesn't really faze them as much. Knows how to take responsibility for their actions. They understand that anything great takes time and work, and there's going to be hardships and setbacks, but you can overcome them, and when you push through them, you'll be able to succeed more, but you actually have to put in the work. So this is kind of similar to Aries, but Aries tends to be very quick and quits a lot faster than a Capricorn, but Aries has more of that boss-like energy, like a starter-up entrepreneur, and Capricorn is almost like an established CEO type of energy. So let's see. I think that's pretty much what I can explain as of now about Capricorn energy. I have 3 placements in Capricorn: my Sun, my Neptune, and my Mercury. So I have more energy in this area, and it's all in my 4th house of home and family. I'm working on the stuff I do not necessarily like to do. This, for example, is almost like a public display of me actually doing the work and practicing, even though I have no idea where this is going to take me, but it's almost like practicing my speech, my Chiron and Gemini, and seeing where it goes. In my next video, to not only practice speaking, because whenever I look at these videos, I'm thinking that my Virgo ruling my 12th house is just criticizing that all the little things that I'm doing and how I'm speaking, presenting myself is just all kinds of wrong. And I was like, who would want to watch this? It's so slow. I'm saying ums and ahs all the time. I'm trying to edit it out. It's not clear. Sometimes I notice how I speak and I'm saying like the wrong word, or it's just not correct. And I'm being overly critical of myself, but I know that I have to start from somewhere because no one's gonna watch this. But yeah, it kind of goes to show that I'm almost doing a public experiment of how someone has to diligently practice on a day-to-day business in order to reach some kind of goal that seems unrealistic and so far out there and possibly scary, and just trying and practicing every single day, and that's how you get to the top. That in itself is Capricornian energy. That is how I started with working out, and I had no idea what the hell I was doing, and the gym was very intimidating, at least in the weight area, but I went every single day. I started practicing. It was my escape, and eventually everyone looked to me for help. In a nutshell, what you have to do to practice that Capricorn energy that you do have inside of you, everyone does, is that you have to practice every single day at something that you're not used to, you're intimidated of, and you absolutely suck at. And you have no idea what you're doing, but you're going to figure it out anyway. And you're going to find new creative solutions and problem solving to what you did wrong before and how to make it better. And then practicing it over and over again, and then going backwards, how to improve what you've been doing and how to make it better again, and repeating it over and over and over again until you are like a master. And that is Capricorn. So this actually concludes my Sun in Capricorn sign, or just Capricorn energy in general, how becoming more aware of yourself, more aware of these certain energies, how other people have them, and how they get from point A to point Z or whatever. It's just kind of more ingrained within them, but you can totally take on these aspects yourself. We all have all of the zodiac energies within our birth charts. It's just tapping into it, and maybe looking to others who have stronger placements in that energies for help, because they know how to do something that you don't quite have as much energy going towards those things. You have your own unique gifts.